guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Breanna and this week I'm preparing for my first pharmacy school midterm. It's anatomy and physiology. It is the hardest course I am taking and we still have one more unit to learn this week that's going to be on the midterm. So if you're in need for study motivation, make sure to like and subscribe and let's get into the video. Okay, so for some context, it is January 29th and my midterm is on February 6th. So it's in exactly like 8 days and there are 6 units on this midterm. And I'm currently working on finishing the muscular system. A lot of people finished it on Friday, but I was busy with other stuff, so I'm finishing it today. And I think that I do have a good game plan for it. I have a bunch of Brainscape decks that I can use. It's a flashcard program just like Anki, but the UI just looks like Quizlet. So I have decks for all the units, but the first master study doc I'm making is for the muscles, and I'm basically listing them based on area and then having their origin and insertion. It's kind of in a Cornell layout, but then I just put a column down the middle. So I'm going to try to finish this today and then also do a few of my other courses because I cannot neglect those for a week just to study for one midterm because my second round of midterms will be at the end of February. So yeah, let's get studying. So because I'm studying for my midterm in advance, I had some wiggle room to do a little self-experiment. I tried to use different study techniques for each unit so I could see which one contributed to like the best score in my exam, but there's so many external factors, I'm not going to get into the details of it, so just take all this with a grain of salt. But anyways, the first productivity tip I want to share with you guys is actually called body doubling. In the past, I would just call this like an accountability partner, but essentially you just partner up with a friend or a family member and set a time to work on your individual tasks together. You don't even have to be working on the same thing, just as long as you're working simultaneously. It can really help reduce distractions and provide like a sense of accountability and really keep you focused and motivated. I didn't actually know it was called body doubling, but I've been doing it since high school and I really recommend it to you guys. I actually have a study Discord server where you can body double with me whenever I host sessions, and there's also tons of people who are always running sessions, so I'll leave the link to that in the description box if you want to join. Finishing the lab an hour early. That's a slave. So just picking up off of yesterday, I am working on my muscles master document while doing Brainscape on the side. So this is something that I recommend to you guys if you want to study smarter, not harder. It's to combine study techniques that strengthen 2 categories. So that's obviously what I'm doing with the tables and practicing labeling the diagrams. And then with the Brainscape flashcards, which is essentially Anki, I'm strengthening my recall. Ginny and I actually ended up moving back to my apartment because, you know, like school air just like makes you break out. It's stuffy. It's not the vibe, especially because it's like not warm light. It just makes me feel so sleepy, and we were also there since like 10 in the morning, so we decided to come back to my place and have dinner and just study on the couch more comfortably. And we got some boba because it's International Boba Day. Okay. Nice. Nothing. That's good. It's like not too sweet. Good morning, guys. I am going to be studying and working from home today because it's Tuesday. So I'm actually going to reveal to you guys how I study and how I take some of my notes. So before we hop into my Notion and my digital notes, I want to give a huge shout out to Notion for sponsoring this portion of the video, and because I'm so excited to share how Notion AI is helping me study better and work faster. So hopping into my Notion notebook right away, you can see all my different classes here. Getting into my anatomy notebook, I prefer taking notes in Notion, but I really want to focus on the AI features. One of the most impressive features of Notion AI is its powerful search function. With this feature, I can easily find the information I need, even if I don't remember where I wrote it down. And activating the AI is so easy. Instead of pressing a slash for commands like you're used to, you can just press a space and then the AI comes up right away. So I can also look up epithelial cells. So by simply typing in a keyword or phrase, Notion AI searches through all my notes and documents to find what I need, and it saves me so much valuable time because I'm just working more efficiently. Another feature that has really helped me work faster is Notion AI's ability to explain things. A lot of these notes I've taken are from weeks ago, so if I didn't write a plain explanation of a certain word, I can always just ask Notion to explain it to me. Someone just do that with aquaporin. You just highlight like this, and you just click Ask AI, and then it's going to come up, and then you can just press Explain this. And I can ask Notion AI to continue writing, like keep explaining basically, or make it longer, which usually makes it more detailed. The next Notion AI feature that has saved me so much time is its ability to summarize and make tables. So my advice to you guys whenever it comes to digesting a large amount of similar information, it's to summarize and put it into a table. But just from my experience, making a table is very time consuming. So getting Notion to do this right inside my notes is so helpful, and it works for complex things as well. So here you can see it's really hard to classify all the different types of epithelial, which are skin cells. I've taken these notes in toggles so that I can use this as active recall, but I would like to have all this information laid out plainly in a table, just as another way to memorize and be able to recognize things. Another thing that I love about Notion AI is its ability to write. The Notion AI has been really helpful in helping me write better or more efficiently. So in Draft AI, there's brainstorm ideas, blog posts, there's also to-do lists, pros and cons list, job description, emails, recruiting emails. This will really save you if you're a student, because if you're like me and you're afraid to message your prof for the first time, this can really help you out. I have a really big assignment coming up super soon, so before I even do a preliminary search on the internet, I can just bounce ideas off of Notion. It's like brainstorm ideas on general public infographic about diabetes. Notion AI is right now just pumping out types of diabetes, the symptoms, risk factors, prevention. These are all really good ideas and things that I can further look into online. And what I love is that it's a continual conversation. Notion will remember what it just told you, and that will influence and develop its response for you. So yeah, I've been really lucky to be beta testing at Notion AI as a student, and it's been so incredibly helpful. So if you're a student looking to up your productivity and efficiency, I highly recommend Notion AI. You can download it at the link in my description box below and unlock the power of Notion AI for only $10 a month. My midterm is in less than a week now, and I have a lot of studying to do. But tonight I want to get done at two things. I want to get neck, muscles of the back, and muscles of the thorax and abdominal cavity down tonight. And then I also have a video assignment that's due on Thursday, but they want it done. So I'm gonna get it done because I am a good team member. Okay, so I lied. I did not work on that video assignment for my group because it wasn't that long. I knew I could get it done like in a shorter amount of time right before the actual due date because it was just me working on it and it didn't need to go through an approval process. But as you can see on my iPad, I have it split screen between lecture slides and then the Brainscape. So this is how I am practicing the recognition and recall again. So essentially I would just do all the different flashcards, and if I got something wrong, then I would refer to the notes and like also look at the answers. Then I can just keep strengthening my memory. Break from muscles because I have been studying for too long, and I want to open up this package that I got from Aritzia. Let me tell you guys about the struggle it was to get this package. But we all know I live in an apartment building now, which means that the address is a little bit different. You have to put the unit number and then like the actual address and then whatever else. And so I did that online, but then it auto corrected somehow because I'm pretty sure I went with what I inputted, not even the suggestion that was online. And I came home and it wasn't at the door, so then I went back downstairs to check the mail room and it wasn't there either. And then I checked the receipt and it says it's a different building, and I'm like, I am never gonna get this package, and that really sucks because I don't think Aritzia is gonna give me a refund or anything like that, even though it's their fault. But then literally at that moment I got a text message from the person who had my package because my phone number is like with the address. He's like, are you, and he said my whole address, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, did something get delivered recently? And he was like, yeah, I just got it. And I was like, oh, like, do you want me to walk over and come get it? Like, I can make it like super easy because I just want my stuff. And so I go over and I'm like waiting, and I think I look sketchy because I'm in my jacket and I'm waiting in the part of the apartment where you need a key card to go into the lobby. So I'm not in the lobby, and this girl comes by and she's like looking at me super sus, but I'm just like sitting there. I don't even have like my hood on or like my headphones on. And I was like waiting for this guy to bring me my package. So she taps the fob and she opens the door like this big. She's looking at me, like making eye contact with me, and I'm like, oh, do you mind if I sit in the lobby? My friend's bringing me a package. And she said no. She's like, I've never seen you before, like I can't let you in. And then she shuts the door before I can even explain a second time. And then literally as she's leaving, like as she shut the door on me and she like takes like 2 steps, the guy is there with the box. And he like opens the door again for me and he's like, do you know her? And I was like, no. And he's like, oh, here's your box. And I was like, thanks. Anyways, I literally felt like a criminal and I was slightly offended, but then I realized that I probably looked a little sus. Anyways, we're gonna see if it was worth the embarrassment of 2 strangers. Okay, I got 2 tops and it looks like this. Then I just got another top, but it's brown. But these are what they look like and I think they're super cute. They actually fit really well. I guess I'm a size 2 now. This is the reality of my exam room right now. Okay, so I cleared that mess that was on the floor right there. I have to return that electrical cable actually, but the rest of the room is pretty clean. I don't know, we'll see in a few days if it stays clean like this. So this whole video has been about studying smarter, not harder, and so the next study tip I have for you guys is focusing your time on the topics and concepts that weigh the most on your assessment. Now, this might not work for all my academic weapons out there because I know y'all crave the academic validation of getting a 99 or a 100, but I'm saying you can still get a decent mark and not burn yourself out on certain topics. Now, this might not always be possible because you do need an assessment breakdown from your professor in order to do this, but I think it's the best thing to ask for if you can, because when you know how many marks are allocated to each unit, you can literally decide what you score. If you want to get like a 95, then you should just go and memorize literally every single slide and everything your teacher has ever said. But if you're happy with like an 80%, then you can see which sections of the assessment you can actually learn in the time before it and really get in on those concepts. So what a lot of my classmates and I realized after we got the midterm marks per unit breakdown, we realized that memorizing over 120 muscles for literally 12 marks on the assessment wasn't worth it. So a lot of us actually just leaned on the other units because we were happy with not getting like a 90. And usually this is used as like a last resort, but ever since I got into grad school and since the content has gotten so much harder, I have lowered my expectations and I am very happy with an 80%. So I actually ended up changing my like course of study and leaned onto the other units instead of solely focusing on muscles and muscle tissues. Our last class ended at like 5:20, but we have a 20% assignment that's due in a week that we're basically learning about today. So we asked a bunch of questions for like an hour afterwards, and everyone else is doing mostly muscles, but I think I've given up on that section. The next study technique I should have just known better not to do it at all, and it was rewatching the lectures. I think this is only useful when you don't understand a certain concept and you just need to hear it over and over again, then you can do that. But rewatching like 4 to 5 hours of a unit is not worth it at all because most things just go in one ear and out the other because you're not actively studying it or learning it. You're not actually using your brain to form connections and find patterns and make acronyms and all that stuff. So I definitely do not recommend doing this on your own. This whole week has just been, this looks so good. This looks so good. We got fried mandu. Did you go like cafe hopping? Okay guys, I am the last person at the farm building again. It is 10:49 p.m. on a Thursday night. I have a lab tomorrow at 9, but yeah, I'm probably still gonna do some studying when I get home, but at least I don't have to cook dinner because I ate takeout with Chili's and Ginny earlier. So yeah. the next way that I am studying is with another body double. I'm with Janice this time, and we actually use the Feynman technique quite a bit because we watched a lecture that we both haven't seen before together, and so we were explaining concepts back and forth to each other. And the reason why the Feynman technique is so effective is because it requires you to organize your thoughts and present a difficult concept in a clear and concise manner so then someone else can understand it. And it also helps you better understand the material yourself. And when your study partner explains a concept to you, you get the benefit of hearing the material presented in a different perspective and different language, which can help you see things in a different way and also deepen your own understanding. And just asking questions in general is a great way to clarify concepts that are difficult, and also just discussing difficult things can help you make new connections or acronyms and really just build your understanding, which will be valuable during the test. And the body double obviously just keeps you accountable and motivated. So if Janice is watching this, thank you for studying with me on Friday. I did really well on the stuff that we learned together. Okay guys, it is currently 1:37 on a Sunday before my midterm. I have 24 hours left before I have to write my first pharmacy school midterm, but I memorized a lot of muscles yesterday in the arms and in the legs. But anyways, I just did my morning routine. That's why I look super glowy right now. I packed my bag, I'm gonna grab my coat, and then we're gonna head off to a cafe to get some work done. And yeah, I actually have a lot of other responsibilities this week for other courses that I've been neglecting, so I'm hoping that I'll get some of that done today as well. It is so cold today. If you guys are interested in learning more about the different study techniques, I'll have them all linked in the description box below so you can read up more on them. Let me know if you like these kinds of educational / vlog videos, and I'll be sure to make more. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!